What is going on, guys? Armand here. Welcome back to the Cracked Lens podcast. I'm here with Michael. Go ahead, plug it.
So Michael with Cobalt Studios, Neos Photography. I also go by the wedding photographer guy. And yeah, Armand over here.
Yep. So if you're watching us on YouTube or Spotify, you'll notice something a little bit different. I'm sitting on the other side of the table this week.
And we're a little more handsome than normal.
Yeah, we're a little bit
Pythonic.
Pythonic. Yeah, we got our Snake Daddy attire on. Stoked. We've been talking about wearing these for a long time, and
I literally feel like my snake.
yeah,
It's pretty nice.
yeah, it's pretty great. It's pretty great. I'm a fan.
We're also going to slither around at the end, so stay tuned.
Yes. All right. So I thought it would be cool to do a year-end review because
Tomorrow's 2025.
tomorrow's 2025. Yeah, it's been
A wild year.
Pretty good year overall, I think.
Good, crazy, all the different
Totally
things.
crazy.
Um,
I think for me, this is one of the best years I've had in a
Same.
long time.
Same.
I feel like for some people it was like really bad, but
Well,
for us, I feel like it was pretty good.
I'll say
overall.
the world lately has been a little wild, but then again, when is it not, right?
Yeah.
And so I don't know for me, like what's normal to experience as like a new brick and mortar business owner.
Mm-hmm.
And like
Because you just passed like 1 year of owning the studio.
1 year in the studio. Yeah. Okay. So a little bit of my year, I guess, and then I want to hear all about your year and your main points.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
for me, like, dude, what a year. So crazy.
So crazy.
It's a year and a couple months now. We've owned, like, you type in Portland Photography Studio and you find Cobalt Studios first. And so we took this over from the previous owner a little over a year ago, and all the trials and tribulations of life. I mean, I've got 3 kids and I've experienced a lot of crazy things in my life. And this last year is like a whole different sea, a whole different ocean. I've been trying to like have these trials and tribulations and I can't even begin to explain what it's like having a studio or brick and mortar business as an artist, let alone in what seems like a crazy time. And so I'm always like, okay, wait, is this normal, everything that's happening, or are things really hard right now and so it's extra hard? Like what the shit?
Yeah.
Is this what it's gonna be like forever? Because it's been wild. But
It is a little crazy owning, like, would you call this a retail spot?
I don't know what the words are.
It's
So
like
here's the
kind
thing,
of-
dude.
Kind of a retail spot.
I didn't go to school,
Because you
so
have to like kind of deal with the public sometimes.
you do. So I don't know. I didn't go to school. I don't know what things are like called. I just kind of like figured shit
I went
out
to school and I don't
sometimes.
know what it's called.
Fuck me. Okay, so we rent the studio out to others. So the coolest thing about that, and it's a huge plus side, is when you have like photography community around you, you don't like, you're not learning on this little curve. It's like,
Yeah.
whoo, flying.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I am so much better as an artist and a photographer now in this last year, since just like knowing people and shooting with friends like you and people like Dan and people in the community, Cody, and just like watching other people grow. Just like a couple names, like just like one of the guys, Asher. I love his work and where he's going. I've seen a lot of growth there. James.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of the people that I've been around, I've seen them grow in such a great degree of like upward trend is because they're shooting together and we're doing like community events and like have people to talk to. So I'm just gonna fucking say the best part about this last year has been being around other creatives and expanding horizons in that way and not bottling myself up like I feel like so many people are doing in the world right now. We're all like
Yeah.
sucked into our tech and sucked into social media and all this. But then I've seen so many people that are working together and their growth and caring about art and talking about it behind, not with the screen. And I'm just hoping for more of that in 2025 and 2026,
Yeah,
2027.
Yeah, I think, you know, the best way is obviously, or the best way to learn is like hands-on and just being around other people and seeing
Networking.
everybody else's process because everybody works like totally different.
So
And there's so many like different like shooting techniques too.
years before. I found myself like trying to find inspiration and learn from places like social media. And so I would be really sunk into like Instagram, and I always think I'm learning because I'm seeing cool stuff and I'm like, oh, what did they do there? What did there? I'm gonna go try this. But the thing about that is then I would end up just getting depressed because I'm like, oh, well, if I do it, it's not gonna get seen and get a bunch of likes.
Yeah.
And so I think the like bumping heads a little bit with other people in person that really care about the craft and having that real world experience has like kicked my ass a little bit into gear to shoot more and to create more, and not just to sit there all depressed about likes and counts and followers and stuff like that. And so that's the major change in my last year, and the reason it's probably been one of the most productive and awesome years of my life.
Yeah.
I'm also just in a really, really cool relationship right now, and I'm very grateful for that. And my kids are, you know, I'm spending time with them. But I'll tell you, the hard thing about the year has also been the same thing, being busy with community and things like having a studio. And I'm learning a lot about how that can really kick your ass. And
Totally.
like, I don't even know. But I hope for everyone that I've met this year and everyone that's like watching, that you guys all had a really awesome year.
Dude, we met so many people
We
this
did.
year.
We
Like,
do.
literally so many new people.
And it's just like, I don't know what the word is. I'm not religious. I'm not going to say blessing, but like, you know, that.
Yeah, yeah.
It's just been like, I feel really humbled and lucky to have met, like, we've known each other for a bit now, but doing this and getting to know you more and just having nights where we come in here and set up these tables and lights and turn this space into this and wear dumb shit.
Yeah.
It's actually pretty cool. It's really
it's
cozy.
pretty cool. I'm
And it
into
smells
it.
like French perfume. And I didn't think I liked that. And then I'm wearing it. I'm like, ooh, oh,
Like,
it
oh,
feels
I'm feeling it. It's gonna be a
good.
good
I do have
podcast.
muscles. Ugh.
Oh, feel the game.
Confidence tonight, baby.
Dude, you know what's crazy is like we've known each other for almost 2 years.
Yeah.
And
But
like,
that,
boom, dude, it felt like yesterday.
we've been busy bitches, dude.
We've
You've
been
been doing, tell me
Yeah.
your last year. I want to hear some of your
Dude.
main points, crazy shit.
Okay. Well, the first big job I had of the year was the rocket launch
Well,
with Columbia.
that
That was
sick.
crazy. And then I picked up another big client, which is no longer, I think I can talk about it. I just can't talk about like the projects
Yeah.
we worked on, but
But that sounds cool too. You're like, I
sounds
did
cool.
this thing.
Yeah.
I can't talk about it.
Yeah, I worked on some projects with Kawasaki this year.
Isn't it cool? Like, not to boast and sound like it sounds pretentious when we get to talk about our like cool experiences, I think. But
Yeah.
it, like, I was telling my son tonight, we were walking over the bridge, and I was telling him about like the risks and rewards of doing what we do. And it's shit like that. Like, you literally, I get to see cool things in my line of photography
Yeah.
that I wouldn't normally see. But you were sending me the pictures of doing like the launch, for example.
Yeah, it was
And
crazy.
it didn't feel real. I was like, but it was cool because I know what it feels like to experience these new things. So I'm like
Yeah.
putting myself like on a rocky boat. I'd vomit. That I don't know how.
Dude,
but-
we all almost threw up on
Dude,
that boat.
The rig though, like, is
The
so
rig was
different than
cool.
anything I would ever even touch.
Yeah, a big free fly movie, you know, like with the red weapon. That was fun.
It's the reward though of the lack of stability and all the risk involved with being an artist.
Yeah.
And it takes a lot of passion and drive to stay the path. But when you do, the reward is so cool, dude. And you brought me this sticker.
Brought you the
NASA.
sticker from NASA.
I learned a
Had
little
to
bit
bring
about
you
moon
something.
soil as well.
Yeah, I learned about moon soil too. That was cool.
Just like so cool.
So cool. Yeah, so I did that, and then I worked a bit with Kawasaki on some projects. Traveled a bit for those, which was fun. It's always, anytime you have travel jobs, they're always crazy.
Yeah.
There's no like walk in the park travel job, and I like travel jobs because it's like exciting, and you know, you get to go somewhere new and all that, or go somewhere you've been before, like, you know, LA.
Yeah.
But I don't know, sometimes it kind of sucks.
It's like,
But I'd rather be working than not, of course.
dude,
you
I don't know. It's weird too, because like what you're saying is the same as I feel about like sometimes like I just do not want to go.
Yeah.
Like a wedding or something. I've done like over 300 now, and it's really fun and cool experience. But like, I don't know if it's our social batteries or just like,
Yeah.
it's just a process to
Maybe
get on a
we're-
plane or things. Are we getting old? I
I
don't
was
know.
gonna say maybe we're just old
We
now.
were saying it, I'm like, oh shit. The jacket I wore tonight, I gotta be right back. Hold on. This is how old I am. I turned 30 this year. Say that again.
We're basically boomers now.
I turned 30 this year and I wore this tonight. What the
Oh my God.
I wore this around
Grandpa
town.
Michael.
My kid and I. My kid and I went.
My young son and I.
My young son and I don't know what my accent is. Or pipe. My young son and I went tonight on a walk, and I love locations. Obviously, I'm a
Yeah,
photographer, and there was an abandoned building on our walk, and it's like sketchy. It's dark. There's no lights. It's like right on the waterfront here in Portland, and we just walked by like some camps with homeless people, and they were like staring at us because we were in like a weird spot. Nothing against homeless people. Also, I need to clarify, it was a sketchy area though, particularly where we were at. And
Typical Portland.
we saw this silhouette, this creepy building with like rails and rust and graffiti.
It's, like, cool looking.
And there were like two teenagers, and one had these big baggy pants, and it was like something you see in a movie. And they're like looking like this side, left, right. And I'm just like wearing this cardigan thing that an 80-year-old
Old
woman
man
would wear.
cardigan.
And holding my pipe in my hand, literally. And I'm questioning it. And Rose got me wearing a fanny pack, actually, which is extremely Portland of me, and extremely cozy and convenient. And so I looked like more than 30. And we're following these teens now into this abandoned building. And
Get off my lawn.
I was telling him though all about just like the risks and the rewards of doing what we do and all the experiences that we have. I don't know.
Yeah.
And like the traveling aspect.
Yeah. Okay. So the travel aspect is it's good and bad, you know, because it's fun to go somewhere new, but I feel like if you do it a lot, it starts to get old, and then you just kind of miss that that comfort you have at home.
Yeah.
And like your routine and sleeping in your own bed and just like being able to go to the gym or like cook food at home or
Having
whatever.
some sense of stability.
Yeah, like having the sense of stability.
Because you want
is,
that
like,
as you get
the
older.
big
It's just
one.
true.
Yeah.
Honestly, yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Like, another job I did this year that was cool was I was in LA for 2 weeks coloring a feature film, which will be in theaters next year.
That sounded crazy.
That was crazy.
I think it'd be really cool to work with the set and with other people.
Yeah. I can't talk about that one yet, but I will when it's like official and out, and I can talk about all the cool things.
What
But
were some of your favorite things about that? I'm curious.
oh my God, dude. So I did 2 weeks in LA, and then I came back and I tried to work remotely. Didn't work, so I had to go back for another 2 weeks, which was hard because I had to drive back and forth both ways. I had to drive down to LA, which is like 1,000 miles each way.
It's 14 hours, I think.
Yeah, it's about 15
15 to LA.
hours.
No, you're
yeah.
right. You're right.
15 each way, so about 60 hours of driving.
Dude, do you do it straight?
No, I stay overnight one night because it's just too much to do in one day.
I always wonder because I can't. With our job, we have to do travel like that occasionally, and I think about all like the people that work trucking jobs that are just doing it all the time.
Oh my God, dude, I
and
could not. It's
how they
crazy.
stay alive. Like, I would crash that truck falling asleep. There's no way.
Same,
There's no way.
100%.
But
yeah, I think my favorite part of that job was probably the people I worked with. I always say like the people are like my favorite part of it,
that's always the thing, I think. It's the
because
people.
you know I've been doing this for like 13 years now.
Hmm.
I can probably count on one hand the amount of people I didn't like to work with. Like it's been like so rare I come across somebody I don't like to work with.
I know what you mean.
Yeah, but there hasn't really been that many people that suck. You know,
Rub you
everybody's
wrong.
been like really cool.
Nice. This last year, has there been any really hard clients or hard people to work with?
Hard clients? No, just like the projects are a little challenging.
Difficult.
Yeah, because you know, like you're coloring like a feature film, like for that project, it was like 1,600 shots,
Yeah.
and they wanted the whole entire movie relit in post because the way it was shot was just not good.
And then so sometimes when you hold certain positions, it falls on you.
Yeah. So, yeah, the entire movie was basically relit in DaVinci Resolve with the magic mask.
And tell me that's a nightmare.
Okay, so with the magic mask, you can draw like a line on somebody and it automatically masks it, and then you can track it. Sometimes the mask falls off and you have to like manually
Reline.
yeah, like reline it. And there were some extremely difficult shots. And on the second part, like the second part of that 2 weeks,
Mm.
I was working like 12 to 14 hours every day.
And it's your
Just trying to get it
responsibility. What
in,
happens
yeah.
if you don't get your job done
I have to stay there longer.
in LA?
Yeah, it's one of those things of like, you're there until it's done, because they can't sell an incomplete product. Like it has to get done. And you don't want to just like flake out halfway through.
Damn.
That doesn't look good. And I mean, the people I worked with, I've known them for a long time. And we had actually worked on another project together last year for Meta. That was really cool. It was a VR project.
So like in this line of work, it's crazy because like you're mentioning all these different kinds of clients.
Yeah.
And like that lack of stability is still, I think,
Yeah.
so
That's the funny thing is like,
what kind of challenges have you faced this last year?
this last year, I think the biggest challenge, and I've said it before on other podcasts, is keeping clients and
Yeah.
clients being like giving you consistent work.
Yeah.
Because I feel like today, with the way the world is and budgets and all that stuff, they try to cut so many corners and just be cheap. And creative is always the first thing that's like they're trying to cheap out on, right?
Yeah.
So most of my clients are like video and film clients. And then I feel like photography is kind of like a secondary for me now. I hate to say it because it's a photography
Because
podcast.
everyone wants video now. It's
Everybody
what
wants
attention
video.
spans. What holds attention spans? So then this leads to me to I think a good question going into a new year.
Yeah.
What do you think 2025 has in store for the freelance creative?
Ooh, that's a good one. I'm going to say if you don't adapt, like find another career.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Like if you're not.
So if you're a photographer, for example, if you don't get on the video bandwagon, like forget it, because every single platform is pushing video so hard.
It's interesting.
Like I know Instagram is kind of like eased up on that, and they're like photo and video
But
now.
this is the shit that we're talking about, though. It's like it doesn't even really depend on what people necessarily want.
Yeah.
It's more about what these like where we view these things, what
Yeah.
they want, because it's what more are consuming. So
Yeah.
that's what's really rough.
Oh.
And I agree and I don't agree.
Yeah.
You say like you should jump on the bandwagon basically and do video.
Well, I
But-
think, okay, let me rephrase that.
Okay.
I think, yes, like video is really important
Yeah.
kind of like promoting your business and like promoting what you do and all this stuff. But I think unless you're already doing something like completely full time, it's paying the bills, you're killing it, like wedding photographer, for example. Um, I think you should shoot multiple genres of photography.
And
I think that's the big one.
and that's a conflict for me. So, like, yes, okay, so hold on, let me back up.
So like you shoot weddings,
Yes.
you shoot portraits.
So many people will say, like, you should do one thing, right? Because
I don't think
that's
it's like
what
that
the
anymore.
machine wants, kind of, right?
Yeah.
Like, I remember when everyone would have, like, their Instagrams would all look the same, but that's what their whole portfolio was, right? But then I also do see people that shoot a little bit of everything. And I don't know what the fastest way to grow is, but I think I do agree with you should learn how to shoot everything. But it's not always easy to do that. Trying to organize a website, for example, when you
Yeah.
shoot a little everything, makes you want to die.
Okay, so I was listening to this one podcast. It was
Okay.
actually the website I sent you. Was
Steve?
Yeah, Steve Cardy.
Steve Cardy, okay.
I was watching one of his podcasts a long time ago, and he mentioned something really interesting, and
Okay.
it was pick like a certain niche and then shoot all the genres under that umbrella, right? So let's say you're a wedding photographer, right? You can do weddings, elopements, portraits, like senior photos, couple photos, engagement photos, proposals.
It almost seems
There's like so many things, and
obvious
you're
in that
shooting
way.
on it.
Like with like weddings breaks down into couples, right?
Yeah.
But is it more of like a broad spectrum, like in his wedding? Like, how do you categorize these things is the question that I always face as a person who's trying to like construct this business based around using a camera.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm like, I could do whatever with this camera. What do you want me to do? I'll do it.
Yeah.
But okay, shit, like how I have to sell
But
it
you
to
know
you.
what?
am
I was thinking about this the other day. I think also branching out and shooting like other genres of photography that aren't under the umbrella, like
Okay, so-
like landscape,
but-
for example. Like when you shoot other genres of photography,
We know
you learn so many different techniques that can be applied to everything.
We know that. I think everyone else needs to know that, though,
Yeah.
because I don't think people get that. I think the thing is, I think we've been taught for a while, because this is what I learned, and I paid attention, but we were taught that we're supposed to look for a photographer that specializes in that photography method because they know what they're doing. And yes, they do, but I would never discount the person who shoots the other styles because they know how to blend all these different experiences they've had. Shooting concerts has taught me to shoot weddings better. Shooting weddings has taught me to shoot outdoor portraits and
Yeah.
things on the blah, 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 blah. It goes on. Studio
Yeah,
portraiture.
totally.
I thought a natural light didn't necessarily need to correlate until I, like, happen chance life puts me in a studio, which I didn't expect, by the way. Like I talked to people and things happened and I got lucky and I got a space. That's what happened. And I thought I was like, I'll just wait to use flash. I'll just wait to use flash. I'll just wait to use flash until it's convenient, and I procrastinate. And for some reason, the universe gave it to me when I probably didn't deserve it because I wasn't out there pushing and trying for it. But I mixed learning this because I had to learn with outside, and now I see literally light differently.
Yeah, totally.
And so I think having a well-diversified photographer is definitely a good thing to do, a good thing to be. And I think that if you want to be a photographer, you don't necessarily have to do the other things. It makes it easier, but I think what it does is turn a photographer into a videographer. And I know for myself, I also want to make video for fun, right? But I
Yeah.
know I want photography to be me. Photography is my identity as an artist, which is just a commitment I make, right? But I think for others who want to keep a commitment like that and be photographers, don't necessarily run to video it might make you extra dollars, and try it, yeah, but keep the photography and keep practicing that art, because I think so many people are like really good artists, not just people who pick up a camera like and are doing it on the weekend, which is cool. But I mean, professionals that do it all the time, I think a lot of those people do move to video before they're meant to.
Yeah.
And I'm seeing a lot less really talented photographers, and it's making me kind of sad. And so I would like to see more people really caring about the quality of photography. And going into 2025, I'm really scared of that. And
You know, it's interesting.
it sounds weird, but it's true.
It's interesting because if you look at all the cameras out there, they're all hybrid cameras now. Like everybody wants the best video features, everybody wants the best photo features.
Well, it's
they
a
want
fucking
like an
great selling
all-in-one.
point. Yeah.
Yeah.
The bullshit differences they make now, and I know you like your bougie new stuff,
I
boy.
do.
I know you do. But I honestly
Shooting on the A1 Mark II right now.
Fuck. Yeah, that's the first time I met that thing.
It's pretty cool.
It is pretty cool. I'm
It's
not going to
pretty
say it's
cool.
not cool. It's obviously
AI
really cool,
autofocus.
but it's not necessary either. You fucking people, we're such shit consumers, and you're one of them.
I'm one of them.
You're one of them, but we just
those
consume.
write-offs.
And it's the same thing that I think is killing photography. Is the consumption of the media, like. And then now we're forced to watch videos, so more people are making videos because we just want to get seen. Fuck that shit.
So here's the funny thing, right? If Instagram would have launched the Reel feature, like however many years ago was that? How many years ago was that? Was that 2020?
I don't know shit.
2021, something like that. If nobody would have made Reels and nobody would have like watched them or caught on, we wouldn't have Reels right now.
You're fucking zombies now. If
We-
you're even watching this, honestly,
See, what happened
maybe
was,
get off your doom scrolling and go to like an art group and fucking take some pictures with someone and get off the phone, because it's stupid shit like
Yeah.
this it's killing a lot of art out there. I'm telling you. We can't
know-
keep up. None of us can keep up. I can't keep up. I can't fucking post every day. I have 3 fucking kids, a studio to maintain. I gotta mop the floor.
You tell them.
I gotta clean a million fucking things up. Then I have to fucking find clients, shoot for clients, edit for clients, deliver for clients, deal with fucking backward shit. Then I gotta do my taxes, okay? And then the kid vomited. I gotta clean that up. It's a fucking mess out here. And you want me to fucking sit there and post every day? Eat my fucking ass. I'm not doing it. I don't want to do it. So get the fuck off the phone, so we're not expected to watch so much and make so much, and then we can take the time to make something really cool for you instead of just half-ass bullshit. I'm over it.
We're gonna cut that.
What
into
is
a Reel.
this Snake Daddy fucking shirt doing to me?
Giving you the Chad confidence you need.
Chad confidence, is that what's called?
Chad
I'm not hip.
confidence.
I don't get the fucking words. I don't know what it means. I'm telling you.
So,
But I'll take it.
So the funny thing is that when Reels first came out on Instagram, obviously they're trying to compete with TikTok.
Yeah.
But people were like, "Oh, if you start posting Reels, you'll get a ton of followers because Instagram is pushing it."
Yeah.
If nobody would have made rules, it would have caught on. It wouldn't have caught on, and Instagram would have killed it.
We're
And we
just-
would just only have like photos right now.
We're the problem, man.
We're kind of the problem
Okay,
because everybody wants followers,
I
which is
have
like, dumb.
2,500 and I love it. And actually, I was talking to Rose about this. Rose, my beloved partner in life.
gotta bring her on the
The
pod
other,
next time.
she's coming on. I was
coming on the
actually
pod.
going to bring her tonight, but she doesn't like being on video, and so she wants to have some things written. And I'm a procrastinator ass, so I didn't write questions in time. So I said, I'm just going to do it with Armand, and then we'll get you in for a different one.
Yeah.
I'm so excited though, and I'm going to bring it up before the next pod because I want to talk about it. But like, so many people chase followers, and I think from the get-go, something I really respect about her as a model, because I did the taboo. I dated someone I went
Honestly,
to
I
shoot
think
with.
that's the way to go.
All right,
Because
I'm not
then
gonna
it's
say
like
shit.
if
I'll get
you
in trouble.
have like a cool like shoot idea, then you just have someone ready to
Okay,
go.
if you're a photographer and you're
Plus,
using,
like models are good looking.
if you're a
like,
photographer
come on.
and you're using your camera to chase girls, though,
Okay, don't do that
you
part.
fucking need
Like-
to get punched in your dick with
Like-
your camera.
Okay,
Don't do that.
If you're, you're photographing a model and it just happens, like that's cool, you know, but don't do it like
Yes.
on purpose.
Also, though, so many fucking photographers. I don't think there's really anyone in the community, but I've gone to other things out there and I've met other photographers. And I really think that some photographers are a little too pretentious sometimes. And they think because the model is being kind of nice to you means she likes you or he likes you. You're a fucking idiot most of the time. And so I'm saying all this because, yes, my partner was doing modeling and I was doing photography. And so I'm very cautious when I say that. And that's why I don't say it often, because
you broke the rule.
I broke the fucking rule. And I get cues. I'm not a fucking moron. So I can't speak for you, but don't be one of those people is all I'm saying. Okay, Rose.
Yeah.
One of the things I really respected about her is that she wasn't chasing a following. And so even now, she's got like 4,000 something. And I only know because we were talking about this thing, this exact thing, when I told her I wanted her on the pod. And so she'll literally go through and remove people she doesn't know.
Really?
No fucking joke. She will sit
No
in the car
way.
while we're driving and she will delete people. She'll be, who the fuck is this? And she will remove them. And I'm like,
Interesting.
what? There has to be some sort of mutual thing, or she has to have like met them in some capacity, or there has to be similar people. Like it has to be channeled through. But if there's just some rando, she doesn't like that. And she
so weird to me.
finds them in there and she doesn't always know, right? But I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? Like you're making art, right, too. So if someone, but also,
See, the
That's
majority
awesome.
of my followers, I don't know any of them.
dude, and I thought before too that numbers counted. So
They kind of do.
I've tried random crazy shit to get followers before because I thought the numbers counted. And this was years ago.
Dude, I got a
And-
story about that.
Dude, okay, hold on, because my brain will go all over the place. But I really respect, and there was like a thing, deactivated accounts. She learned this like 2 weeks ago, and she was like, what? And realized there was like 100, 200 of her followers or something
Yeah,
like
they're
that
just
were just
deactivated.
deactivated. And instead of keeping it for the numbers, she said, bloop, delete them all.
Yeah.
And I was like, you're fucking crazy. You know that? It doesn't matter. The numbers don't matter, although it helps you get reach, right? But
So before Instagram implemented the algorithm, I had another account, and what I would do is I would go on the feature pages, right? For like landscape pages or whatever.
Yeah.
And I would go through. I would just follow like hundreds of people,
I would do that
and
shit too.
then they would follow me back.
But then they go away again.
and
I
then
don't know.
and then I would wait a couple days
What the fuck are we doing?
and then
though?
unfollow them.
Dude, see, that's what I'm saying. We
See,
would all.
but-
Why do we do this?
But because of people like me, and I know other people did that. You know, you just said you did that.
I literally did that.
That is why Instagram
myself for it.
implemented the algorithm, and that's why we have it now, is because people were buying followers and, you know, buying these like weird services where they would like take over people's accounts and like automatically do that for them.
That's insane.
Yeah. We're like way off topic.
I know.
We were talking about like our year and we just went into this.
Dude, that's exactly why though. I'm really scared and excited for 2025 because I'm very scared
It
about
seems like a really hyped up year.
every year is going to be like that. I think we're just entering a really weird era in human history.
Quarter century.
Like it's not
The year of the snake.
It's not the
Chinese
roaring
zodiac.
1920s. We're not all out drinking cocktails and, well, racism was also rampant, as Rose likes to say. The good aspects of the 1920s before,
Yeah.
like, we're entering, like, very closed off world where we're just, like, literally digitally separated and sucked dry and drained. And,
Hate that.
like, I sound like a weird conspiracy theorist person, but like
That's okay.
I literally feel so nervous going forward for me and for my kids because I feel like art communities are dying. I feel like artists are dying. AI literally came in. What the fuck is going on? That's crazy. But stay true, make art, right? But then
Yeah.
there's not that many communities. We're building this photography community, video
You
photography.
know,
the
on
whole
like
world.
a like high end, like actual professional level,
Yeah.
I don't think AI is really used that much, to be honest.
I hope
There's a
that
lot of clauses
I hope it continues
in contracts for that.
to stay that way. And
I
like,
think it will, because most people don't like it. It's these big companies that are pushing it.
it's good to hear that maybe the companies don't want to use AI.
There's
but
a lot of things that are automated now because of AI.
outside, well, that's honestly good for us too, because we need to keep up with what we have
You
to
almost
create.
don't even need a copywriter anymore.
So the thing is, I think AI not stepping into the commercial element and fucking up jobs is good, but
Yeah.
I'm very concerned for the cultural side of
Yeah.
photography and artists, and not the people who are really pushing for what people want to hire for, but the people who want to create for themselves. That spirit, that passion, I am scared for. And it's just going to become this technical era for artists where we create because something is asking us, or someone is asking us to create.
Yeah.
And it's going to follow a different path if it's not, passionate artists that are creating for their human emotions and their human feelings.
I would say the upside of that is it's going to weed out a lot of people. It's going to weed out a lot of the competition.
So you're saying that, survival of the fittest,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, kind of. Yeah. So I think the people that like don't adapt with AI and kind of like embrace it and, basically use it for like the good parts of it,
Yeah.
they're just gonna like get phased out. Kind of like when we moved from film to digital, right? It's the
Yeah.
same thing. It's just the next evolution
So,
of it. Like for example, I got the A1 Mark II.
yeah.
It's got AI autofocus,
So there's AI.
and it's insane.
There's AI in terms of what machines can help us improve tool-wise.
Yeah.
And then there's AI in the sense of like,
Dude, have you seen like the
Creativity.
AI, like the random pages that just show up on like the Facebook feed, and they're like these like insane AI landscapes and animals and
Yes.
like all that stuff?
Yeah.
The scary part is that people think those are real.
Yes.
That's the crazy part.
We've talked about it too, because it's like the human portrait. It's starting to do better at that. And like, I just don't, in a practical manner, we're always going to have work because there needs to be camera operators. But I have seen the joy of creating, because we live in a world where we're made to feel like we have to get that attention. And we do if we want to survive, because attention brings us money, whatever, this fucked up circle of life. But I've seen artists that are really talented people, and that's their outlet as a human being, is to create and show.
Yeah.
This breed of people is very necessary.
Yeah.
And they're being eradicated because they're just becoming sad and soulless because their work can't be appreciated. Like, if we're consuming so much shit, we see so many things made by AI.
Yeah.
Or crazy things. We like see scenes and fantasy, and we watch TV and we watch movies, and we see new shit all the time. So a landscape photographer that puts a lot of work into going out to some amazing location, and they put their money and their heart and their effort, and they climb a fucking mountain, and they trek through caves, and they see this beautiful scene, and they wait for the perfect time and the weathers, and they suffer through it, and it could take fucking days. And they're so proud the moment that the clouds are right, the sky is right, the sun is in the right spot.
Yeah.
The fucking elk is standing over. What is crazy? It's a beautiful
Yeah.
scene. They capture
I
that.
literally shot that scene.
Yeah, it's so all that happens, and it used to be that it was like celebrated, right? And it was something big and awesome, right? And now we see so much that it's like, huh, cool.
Yeah.
That's it. Done. Like, what do we do about that? Genuinely, what are we supposed to do as artists about that?
So I feel like people are just getting fatigued, like with Instagram
We're just
and being
fucking dull,
online.
dude. It's so dulling.
And I think what a lot of these brands are trying to do is to like reinvent the wheel to keep people interested through AI.
So
But it's not working because
the-
we're just like so over it.
the solution was because we started consuming so much, we just consume and consume and consume, that they needed to make more food. And so what does that leave for us though now? Because the joy was never the final product like in an ad form, right? It was supposed to be for the soul. And so I don't know what to do. Like, just create for myself. Oh, look, the answer, I guess.
Yeah. I think that's what everybody should do is just like make stuff for yourself. And if somebody likes it, cool.
That's it. I think the only approval we need to seek is actually ourselves and stop creating like quickly and haphazardly and making content. I mean, cool, make content, but if that's your thing, but if you want to be like an artist and do art, I think we need to slow the fuck down a little bit, or a lot of it, honestly, and breathe and think and use our emotions and create for ourselves. That's it.
Yeah.
And so,
I like that.
I don't know, man. I'm just having a really hard time though with the way that things have been. I sound like an old grumpy fuck, but there's a reason.
Dude, it's that cardigan rubbing off on you.
100% though. I get why people get grumpy because times change and it's fucking.
Yeah.
I think it's
Maybe that's the thing for 2025 is adapting with the change.
adapting with the change. But how do you do that if your soul's an artist? Then that's what I'm gonna try to figure out. And
Well, you know what? I think like the how would you even put that? The evolution of the artists, like it always changes, you know. Like,
Yeah.
have you ever looked into art history?
I read
You
sometimes.
know how we started with like oil paintings, and
Mm-hmm.
then like, you know, we had like pens and pencils, and you know, then we
The
got
mediums just advanced and
the
evolved.
mediums just keep changing and evolving, and maybe that's where we're at now. Is
Well, we are at the turning point. Not
we're at a
turning
pretty
point.
big turning point.
The tools are advancing.
We're at Skynet.
The tools were
Basically.
advancing, the tools were advancing, the tools were advancing, and now the tools are like, it's going, they're
The tools are
overlapping
like-
us.
the
I don't even
tools-
know how to say it.
The tools are like creating for us.
Yeah, I don't get it. What the fuck do, like, words?
I don't know.
Hard find.
I mean, it's basically Terminator.
It's just weird.
It is
So
weird.
I don't know how to process that as like just an entity. And I'm also cool with it because I feel like I want to be a rebel.
Yeah.
And like people are doing things one way and it's all the social media stuff. And I have lately been feeling, I haven't really been on much lately.
Well, you know what? Okay.
Which
so,
isn't good for me because I need to get business, by the way.
So, yeah.
Fuck.
Funny thing, I woke up this morning and I was thinking, I was like, they never gave us like a chronological feed on Instagram. I mean, they kind of did, where you can like switch your feed to like who you're only following,
Okay.
but it'll never be the default one because they want you to forget about it. Because so many less people are using Instagram that the default feed is just like extra random things thrown in there.
It's weird.
It's weird, right?
And so now it's all controlled by like the same
Yeah.
shit too.
And like the head of Instagram even came out and said that like if you only followed or only saw people you were following and what they post, you could get through your feed in like 2 minutes and you'd be done.
They're gonna pull us off we're gonna watch us there anyways. They're gonna take us off.
Yeah.
I don't like you anyways.
Yeah, because honestly,
Here's the thing.
Instagram numbers are way down
Okay.
compared
so
to what they used to be.
we're gonna get kicked off. But I'm telling you, if you're an artist, we are literally at war. I gotta get serious. Hold on.
I don't know about that.
We're at war. This is what I'm saying. You better not cut this out. We're at war with social media platforms, I think. And I think that if you consider yourself an artist, while it's good to create content and keep creating all that you can when you can. I really do think that, one, you should slow down and really create for yourself and make sure you're actually creating for yourself when you can. And two, instead of relying only on, what is it called? Instead of relying on all your validation from your following count and comments and whatever the little hit of dopamine you get from Instagram or whatever it may be is, really seek or create if there isn't some sort of community for the type of art that you do in your area. And talk with other people and experience like what it's like to literally sit and share your work, print it on paper,
Yep.
and be proud of it and show someone else in real life who does that craft, who can also appreciate it the way that you do. Show them so they can be like, that is dope. And you can be like, yo, I trust your opinion because you would tell me if it was shit, and not just be like, oh my God, I love it, like. Hear me out, please, 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 for the sake of creators everywhere. Rewind a little bit on the clock in that part of your life, not every part of your life. Use the tools, use AI. Selective stuff changed my life.
Literally
it saved
amazing.
me time, okay?
It saved some of my old photos.
Doom scrolling took my life, and AI features like that, selective tools in Photoshop, all Adobe, Lightroom, literally I cried. I said this before, I cried because I knew my life was about to change when I woke up and I saw that update.
Yeah.
Thank you, AI, for that. AI is not at fault here. Tools advancing, and it's how we use them. It's a moral question, right? And if we're using social media all the time, or if we're watching TV constantly and we're constantly consuming, then someone's gonna make money off that, and someone's gonna try to feed us faster, and that's when everyone's using AI and they don't know what they're consuming. You don't know if it's AI, you don't know if it's photography, and you can't appreciate either one if you don't even know the difference. And so just back it up a little bit and enjoy art. Go to a museum, go to some print club, go to a photo club.
You know what, like, the craziest museum I've ever been to was?
What's this?
It was the Louvre in France, where they have the Mona Lisa.
That sounds really cool.
Dude, it was like insane to see all of those old paintings from like way back then, like the Renaissance period and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And just to see like how advanced they were with their like shading and their colors, and you know, it was all like oil paintings.
Well, they never even
and
saw it.
sculptures.
They didn't see a photograph.
Yeah, they had to just make up this stuff, and it
So
was
they were,
like the highest, most insane level of art you've ever seen.
imagine though, back.
My work felt minuscule.
You felt like nothing.
I felt like
felt
nothing.
Well, we
compared
also,
to them.
our tools are so advanced that you know
Yeah.
that must have been like
we can
super
AI
hard.
up the Mona Lisa in
We
like
could
2
literally
seconds, but
take-
it's not the same.
We could take a picture of a person and
took
put
a
it under
picture of-
glass and trace it, and they didn't have that capability. They literally only knew how to go, that's not good.
ran out of oil.
Oh God, bring me another duck and its blood. Shit. This is okay. How many colors are out there?
I took a picture of the Mona Lisa.
Can you imagine even before that? They're like, okay, I have blood, some spice that's ground up and now it's yellow, and maybe some flower that's blue. I got 3 colors. What do I do?
Yeah.
We literally have so much power at our fingertips. It's how we use it though, you know?
So, to wrap up the final podcast of the year,
Yes.
give me your prediction for 2025.
2025,
Photography
I predict,
predictions. What are we going to see?
my photography predictions for 2025.
Maybe it's like a trend or gear, or you know, something we can look back on and be like, oh, we were right or wrong about that.
We were right or wrong about that. Oh my God, I don't even know what to say. What do you got?
I think for Okay, my prediction for 2025.
I literally feel so surreal about what I'm experiencing in my life
Yeah.
as an artist that I don't know. I really don't. I think I'm still going to have a job. I think that more people are going to buy cameras. The barrier to entry is going to be a little bit lower, and therefore the market's going to be a little more jacked up, and there's going to be more Facebook photographers, and people won't care about quality, even though we have cameras that do amazing things.
I feel like social media isn't gonna go away, but I feel like it's like slowly getting phased out because people are starting to lose more interest.
I hope so.
And the majority of people who use it are like, our age range. We've just been on social media for so long that we're just like over it.
So what are people who are currently like 20 doing right now?
Like Gen Zers.
What are you guys doing out there? I don't know.
I
I'm
mean, they're
30.
definitely
Oh, shit.
on social media, for sure.
I was sitting at an In-N-Out because I'm a California boy.
Yeah.
Actually, I can't help that. That's where I'm from. Love In-N-Out. But the one here in Oregon.
Yeah.
And there were like, I was sitting with Rose and the boys, and it's just like these girls, and they were there for like 40 minutes that I was there on their phone the whole time.
Yeah.
And only talking about Instagram and, oh my God, did you see that? Oh my God, this. And I think that's
Yeah.
normal for teenage girls,
Yeah.
but like, I don't even know if they see each other. And I'm not saying
That's
everyone's
crazy.
like that. Definitely not. I have brothers that are like that age, and they do sports and they go out. I have one brother who's, I think, a little more sucked into tech. And honestly, I'm a shit brother because I'm not there enough to know exactly what else going on. They're far away. It's not my fault. But I worry for maybe the artists of that generation that
I don't know
see
if we're
a
gonna have
point.
artists.
That's what I'm fucking saying. That's my fear. And on my kids, so as an adult with kids, this is what I find is very important. 'Cause
Like that's.
I'm 30, so I have to talk from here to people about 30, right?
Yeah.
If you've got kids, make sure you instill the right shit in them. Don't fucking like baby the shit out of them, because I think this world that's coming is going to really chew them up and spit them out, because there's so much consumption and we all don't know what to think of anything. I don't even know how to explain it, but like, just be real with your little homies, right? Punish when shit's wrong and like do what you got to do, but give them art and tell them why art exists. And I think it's so you can explore your emotions and explore your feelings and have something you feel good about. And they need to know that it's not about others' approval. It's all for them.
So deep.
Fuck, man. I'm feeling deep because I think I'm scared. And that's genuine. That's from my heart.
Because like we see these trends of like people wanting to shoot film and they like vintage
Film's
styles.
going away. Film's really going away. Like,
Really, you think so?
it's dying off. Yeah.
Because
I
it's
know,
so expensive.
Yeah, well, that's why. I mean, I think that there's still a hype.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not, film was just here.
But
it's not
like
film's that old.
we're not seeing, because we've kind of plateaued in technology a bit. Everything is just good enough, and people are just like holding on to what
They're
they
like,
have.
well, I don't need to, I can't see more. But what am I supposed to see beyond what you've already made?
But
can't
I
see that
feel
much.
like people are starting to revert back to like the old ways.
I love,
a bit, you
yeah.
know?
Well, I mean, because
And they're trying to go for like the retro styles and like the retro like everything, right?
you
Like
think it,
retro modern is
peaks
kind
and
of
then
like the
just
thing.
like falls back. But
I think so, because like if you notice, like there's nothing new coming out. We've just like pretty much peaked as a society.
that can't be true. So
I know it. Well, we need our flying cars. That's like the next step, like Back to the Future.
dude, I mean, I'm gonna be straight up.
Because like there's no new movies coming out, and
They-
if there is, they're all remakes and they suck.
I liked one movie that I've seen in the last
I think the
super
Barbie
long
movie
walk.
was like the most interesting movie that's come
Okay,
out
I
like
actually
in the
did
past year.
oddly really enjoy.
We saw it together. Rose made me go with you.
I know we just talked about that. That shit was fun. We did see Barbie, and it was good. Okay, so I take that back. There's two, and
It was
then
pretty good.
it's Poor
That's
Things.
on record.
Poor Things, and that fucking movie so good. Do you know what that one is?
No.
Just look it up. We'll talk about that later.
You
Poor Things,
know,
watch it.
the
Super
last-
creative, and I love the lenses they used, and
Yeah.
I'm not going to geek out about it. Okay. Film is struggling. The filming world, I think, is really struggling. I don't know a lot. I'm just a photographer up
The
in Portland.
industry in LA
I've
is not looking good right now.
Not heard good things, and this is from someone who doesn't pay attention to things. I only hear shit that bounces off the walls.
But
okay?
you know, it's crazy to me because all these people want to fly me down to LA to work instead of hiring locals.
Oh, dude, all right.
Which I'm like, yeah, I'll take a job.
Stop seeking attention. Start seeking yourself. Stop seeking attention. Start seeking yourself. No one's doing that. Everyone's seeking attention. What the fuck are you doing? Like, do you know what you want and who you are as a creative or as a fucking person? Or are you dull? And I don't know. I just fucking don't see people very great lately. And I just want people to like talk in person and be real and be outside. And there are a lot of people doing that, but think about how many more people aren't. Like, we are just accustomed when we go out and about to seeing the people and be like, there are people out here. There is a shit ton of people who are stuffed inside somewhere just scrolling on their fucking phone.
Mm-hmm.
Get off. Please. Come say hello. That's it. Get out. Create. Go explore. See something you haven't
Go
seen
touch
before.
the grass.
Go touch the fucking grass. These things aren't just memes that you see that are jokes. It's real,
Literally go touch the
legitimate
grass.
fucking advice to go outside and do something. And yeah, man, because I know it's hard. I know it's hard to be an artist right now, especially because I work my fucking ass off all the time, and I'm not dumb, and I put a lot of effort in, and I have a second half working with me as well, and it is really fucking hard. And it
Dude,
is draining
imagine-
the ever-living shit out of me.
Imagine if you had to do all this on your own.
Dude, I would die. If I didn't have Rose, I love you so much, girl. Fuck, oh my God. And we beef all the time. This is not what I'm saying to her at home. I gotta be real about that because it's tense sometimes.
You tell the world.
Life is really hard, man. But persist because it's really worth it, right? But it's what we do as a people and as a culture that will define what happens later on. And if we literally just sit inside and consume, then the artist will die and you're gonna be stuck in a lifeless world. So get the fuck off the phone, go create, get out, make it a priority, please. And yeah, I'm no expert on world and life and living, but I hope you hear that one, I guess. I don't know.
All right.
Find
We
community.
went way off topic, but I think we're going to call it there.
Cut whatever you need to out.
All right. Thank you guys so much for watching. Happy New Year to everyone. 2025, it's going to be a good year. I
It
can
actually
feel
is
it.
going to be good.
It's going
Hard
to be an awesome
and
year.
good and cool.
I got so many cool things coming up I'm excited about. A lot of big life changes coming up.
Dude, true though. 'Cause
Yeah.
yeah, man, it's going to be a good year. I really think so.
Yep. It's going
And
to be an awesome year.
here, before we dip out, I want to ask this.
Yeah.
What is your one positive goal for the year?
For
And it-
2025?
Give me one related to what you do with your camera.
Ooh, okay. Probably, you know what? I want to teach workshops.
You want to teach a
I
workshop.
want to teach a landscape photography
landscape-
workshop, start to finish, workflow,
You
everything.
keep saying it. Do it.
I'm going to do it.
Do it. Do
2025
it.
is
Do
the
it.
year
Do
we're
it.
teaching workshops.
Be there.
In person.
Be there. It feels really good to be with other creatives and
Yeah.
out with Armand, who knows what he's talking
It's
about.
going to be a good time.
If you see this, and
Yep.
pay attention for that, please. Seriously.
You know, we can look back on this in a year and see our predictions or
I
our
hope the
goals
shit,
or whatever.
I
are,
really truly hope that I
are
don't
real.
feel so grim. But you're gonna do a workshop, that's for sure.
Yep.
And
Workshops, more commercial clients,
I'm going
fun
to
things.
like. I think I got sucked into like doing portraits and only
Yeah.
portraits because that's what was making me money. And so my goal is going to be to create at least a solid handful of like surreal, like the stuff I really want to do. Doing things that I really, really want to do, like surreal,
Yeah.
scenic portraits, very anonymous and obscure.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm like, that doesn't make money, so I walked away from that. Why? I want to do that. And so I want to back it up a little bit. I want to be real with myself. I want to do some of that. And
Love it.
also make some money, though.
Yeah.
'Cause I
Got to make that money.
yeah.
Yeah, boy. All right. Thank you guys so much for watching.
Happy 2025.
Happy 2025.
Good year. Hustle.
Hustle
Have fun.
and have fun. And subscribe to us on YouTube. Like the video, comment, give us 5 stars on Spotify. Follow us everywhere.
If you listened and did not watch, at least go see a clip somewhere so you can see how cool these shirts are, by the way.
Yeah. And share the podcast with your friends. We got to grow the pod.
Yeah. And make a community if you don't have one for artists in your town.
Yep. That is it. Thank you guys for watching. We will see you in 2025.
2025.